I was invited by the Long White Cloud to exhibit work in their Christmas show, and they said that they'd like to incorporate the theme of the season. I thought to myself, what is Christmas really about from an outsider's perspective? Because it's not about giving gifts to people, but it's really a celebration of birth and life. So I decided to do vagina impressions because I think that life begins with female anatomy. The vaginas are really made from women's lingerie patterns that I was donated from Oral Lingerie. So I thought it was quite apt to make female anatomy using something that's so close to female sexuality in a way. Really the inspiration was, they're called lady gardens because I've never seen a vagina, and I started interviewing women on how they would describe their vaginas in an abstract form, and they said orchids and flowers and shells and fruit and objects. And I then found Georgia O'Keeffe, who painted huge orchids, but they were actually vaginas, and Robert Mapplethorpe, when he photographed orchids again, they had that same sort of resonance, and so I did my version using patterns. So the penis works are just simple response to the society we live in. So the idea is the financial mess that we're left in are basically men who wear expensive suits, who think they have big dicks, and have kind of really put us in a crisis. It's not meant to offend people or, make references to Tom of Finland or Robert Mapplethorpe, but it's just something that I got up one day thinking. It's a series of work that I made that was first exhibited with Paul Smith in his gallery, and the work's called A Study on Anansi, and it was basically inspired by Western folklore tales, so it's got black silhouettes with coloured patterns. The British Library bought a copy for their rare modern British collection, so it's sitting right next to famous British artists, so that was a huge thing for me. The National Art Library bought a copy. It got the attention of the head of publishing at the Victoria and Albert Museum, and they sold it from their shop. It went to Beams in Japan. Paul Smith bought a few copies and then offered me to do a show in his gallery, which was completely sponsored by him. And so everything began with that book, and it also led to the second book commission, which is called The Savile Row Cutter. So because I had the experience of making a book, the firm thought that I was quite capable of actually writing the master tailor's biography. And it also then got me my international scholarship. So it all began with Dead Man's Patterns.